Hi everyone, this short video is going to walk you through the options that you have for your final project, which is either going to be a revision or a reflection project. Now, you should only choose the revision project if you did not meet the requirements on essay 4, the research essay. If you earned an A or a B on that essay, I do not recommend doing the revision. It will actually be a lot more work than you need to do. However, if you did not complete 6 complete pages, or you did not use 6 PGCC database resources, and therefore did not meet the minimum requirements for your research essay, I would highly recommend that you choose the revision because it gives you another chance to meet the course objectives. If you don't meet the course objectives, you cannot move on to composition 2. So let's start with the revision. Again, this is for students who are unhappy with their revision grade. If you earned an 80% or higher on project 4, you should not select this option. This is for students who maybe received a C and want to improve their grade because they think that they can improve their overall project, or especially for students who know that they missed and that they need time to revise. So the scores on adequate revisions will be averaged with the scores on the research essay to replace the original score. That means that if you earned, a 60% on project 4, the research essay, you revise it, now you earn an 85%. I will average the 60 and the 85 together, and I will replace the 60 with that average. If your revision does not meet the requirements still, then no grade change will happen. So here are the instructions for the revision. You need to use the grading comments and complete a substantive revision of your research essay. So substantive revisions will contain at least 35% more writing. I need to be really clear about that. This is not simply adding a paragraph. This is not simply hitting spell check or adding a sentence here or there. You are writing about a third of the content new. That's about it's over 2 pages of new writing in this revision. The revision has to address holistic and big picture issues in the writing. It means you need to change or revise your thesis. You need to change or revise your organization. You need to add, change, or revise your sources and supporting evidence, or you need to change and revise your exigence, like whether your conversation is important or the audience you're addressing. Most revisions are going to address 3 of those, 2 to 3 of those. It's not enough to do 1 of them. So revisions that do not include 35% more content or writing will not be accepted for credit. And this is very much, I should be able to look at your 2 papers and they should look completely different. If I have to search and try to figure out what you revised, it's not a revision. So once you've completed the revision, you need to write a justification letter addressed to the professor. The letter is your grade for project 5. So if you do the revision and you don't do the letter, you get no credit on project. You get a 0 on project 5. The letter must be 3 pages or about 900 words. It needs to give a persuasive argument for the specific changes you made to the essay, and you need to include quotes or evidence that compare your original essay and your revised essay. So you have to prove your case here. Again, revisions submitted without that justification letter, if all you do is fix your project, you will receive a 0%, and the project 5 is 10% of your grade. That's an entire letter grade. So in addition to that, just like everybody else in the class, you're going to prepare a short presentation. So less than 5 minutes to discuss your experience with the revision and what you learned by doing it. So that is the option for students who still need to meet the requirements for the research essay. The research essay is the standard assignment for every single English 1010 class. It is the assignment that allows this course to be transferable to any college in Maryland and beyond. If you haven't earned a C or above on this essay, you probably are not going to pass the course. So this revision project gives you that second chance to get that work done. However, if you already did your work, You did fairly well in the revision project, then you are going to select option 2, which is a reflection. You're not going to touch your research essay anymore. You're done with that. So your reflection is going to be 3 pages of writing, or about 900 words, and there's some different choices involved. The reflection project is for you to reflect on your learning, to see what you've accomplished, what skills and knowledge you could look forward to developing in the future. All the courses here at PGCC are Comp 1 and Comp 2, so you will be taking another semester of composition, and this reflection essay gives you a chance to look both backward and forward. So you complete whichever reflection project you're interested in, and then you'll do that short presentation to the class on our final day, and that serves as our final exam. So for the reflection, you have a couple of choices. Choice 1 is a straight up essay. You write an essay that reflects on your work over the semester. It makes an argument for how you've met all of the learning objectives. So you're going to look at our syllabus, look at the learning objectives, reflect on all the work you've done, and show evidence for how you've met those learning objectives. So you're going to cite from various works you've completed, the feedback you've received, and then you're going to prepare a short, less than 5-minute presentation that shares this information and your overall reflection with your classmates. Choice 2 is a little bit more creative. You get to write a letter to a future student that prepares them for English 1010 by reflecting on your own experience. Your letter should be directed specifically to a fellow incoming college student, so you have a very different kind of audience here. You should explain how the learning objectives frame the course and its expectations, and you should give examples from your own work to support those claims. Your letter should be written in an engaging style and tone. This is not an essay. It's not an academic paper. It is a letter. So your letter should be about 3 pages long, or 900 words. And again, you're going to prepare a short presentation. In the presentation, you will not be addressing our class as those future students. You're going to be explaining what you included in your letter and why. And finally, choice 3 is the most creative and open choice. It is a multimodal project. It's great for students who want to lean more in their creative artistic sides. So you can create a multimodal project that reflects on your work and experience during the course. You get to choose any audience you want, but you have to specify your audience in the justification statement you're going to write. You could choose to do a playlist for the course, pick 6 to 8 songs that you think represent the learning objectives of the course. You could do a poster or create some sort of visual art that creates a visual representation of the learning objectives and your experience in the course. Or you could create a video or some kind of digital website presentation that shows, again, the learning objectives and your experience in the course and how you've met them. So along with the multimodal project, you're going to include a justification statement. This is a little bit shorter because the multimodal project is going to be including some sort of words, so 2 pages and 600 words. The statement should be formally written. It doesn't have to be a complete essay, but it should have that same formal style and tone directed to your instructor. It should make a persuasive argument for why your multimodal project works as a reflection of the course. You have to think about the choices you made in your project and how it actually does represent your learning. You'll want to draw from your own work and experience in the course, and use some examples from coursework or feedback that you received this semester. Again, you're going to do a short presentation on the final day of class. You'll present your multimodal project with a short explanation of how it works. So the minimum requirements for everyone is that the project is going to contain about 3 pages or 900 words of original writing, either in an essay, a letter, or a justification statement. Everybody's doing that same work. Project 1 is a 3-page essay to the professor. Project 2 is a 3-page letter to future students. And Project 3 is a multimodal project with a justification statement that's 2 pages. Your project should demonstrate an awareness of audience and meet the needs of that rhetorical context. All projects should address the course learning objectives. All projects should use specific examples from your work over the course of the semester to show evidence for your learning and meeting and mastering those course objectives. And all projects are going to include a presentation of about 5 minutes, like 3 to 5 minutes. This doesn't have to be super long, but it should be a formal presentation directed toward an audience of your current classmates in this course. So those are your options for the final project. You're either going to do a reflection, or again, if you did not meet the requirements for our research essay, you should do the revision. If you have questions about which one to pick, you should come to office hours or reach out to me personally through email. And if you have any questions about how to undertake these projects, let me know.